We are live. I am so excited to have our former client Lacey here. She is amazing and she is celebrating her first $100,000 gross income month with her businesses. So, really excited to have you here, Lacey. Thank you for joining us today.
Thank you so much for having me.
Yes, absolutely. So, we would love to hear more about you. Can you tell us a little bit about your background?
Yep. I have been a nurse for 16 years now. My nursing career started at home health, and I did that for about a year and a few months, and then wanted to get more of the hospital setting. So I went to work at a critical access hospital of 25 beds, and so I had a lot of experience there because we were specialty of everything, starting our own IVs, doing our own wound care, doing respiratory, all the things. I did that for almost 2.5 years. And then I had my second child and didn't want to go back to 12-hour shifts. So I went to the infusion center and I worked at the infusion center for 6 years straight. And then I was PRN with them for over 11 years. And at the infusion center, I learned chemotherapy and putting in PICC lines all at the same time. When they came to me, they were like, we're going to show you how to do chemotherapy and PICC lines. And I was like, all at once? I've only been a nurse for 2.5 years. And they're like, yeah, you got this. So, long story short, then I went to be a vascular access nurse. I loved the PICC line world and I'm still doing that to this day. So 13 out of the 16 years, I've been a vascular access nurse, putting in PICC lines and midlines and all different types of vascular access. In between there, I did throw about a year of OB in there, labor and delivery. That was different. I thought I was a brand new nurse after like 9 years of being a nurse, but I did it for a year to try to feel comfortable and like it because all the moms liked it, but I never got comfortable and used to it. But I think part of it's because I went from being 99% comfortable putting in pick lines and then starting all over with a new career. So I gave it the good college try, but not for me. So I went back to the pick world full time. So,
Amazing. I love that.
and yeah, so yeah, but I had two little boys in between there. So, but
Yeah, very
now
cool. And yeah, and so
here
we'd
we
love
are.
to hear where you're at now and what you do currently.
So I met you, I think it was 21 or 22. I can't remember. It was after COVID or was it during COVID?
I think it was, I can't remember what year we met, but I know you started the academy in 2023.
Okay. So it was a couple, yeah, it was about a year afterwards. So I was back in the pick world at that time and was just kind of wanting to do something on my downtime to make more money because in the pick world, I'm not in one hospital. We cover 30 hospitals. So we are either slammed or we're not, like most of the medical world. It's either feast or famine. So I was trying to find something to help people, but also make money in between my pick lines. So that's whenever I came to you and was weighing out my options of how to help people and grow myself.
That's awesome. I love it. Okay, perfect. And when we first started working together back, I believe it was around May 2023, where were you at right then and where did you want to go?
Well, I really didn't know where I wanted to go, and I knew as a person I was kind of a counselor, coach, empathetic, all the things that nurses are. So I knew I could do coaching, but I didn't know anything. Technology and social media was my biggest scare of all of it, and not knowing any programs or where to even start. Um, so then once we started, I kind of worked with you through that. And then the next biggest step was what niche did I want, and I still to this day, I'm not sure where my niche is, besides that I still know that I'm a vascular access nurse and then I am an entrepreneur that I never knew I was. So, and I am still learning every day, and I don't act like I know anything about entrepreneurship. I'm just doing it. So that's kind of where that landed. Now, I can still say I am still doing some coaching, and I plan on once I get my IV hydration up and going, is coaching people to start their own IV hydration businesses.
I love it. Yeah, that's so exciting. It's so cool how we kind of just stumble into entrepreneurship it's something that we would have never expected ourselves to do. And then we're just doing it.
Yeah,
And I love humility too. The fact that you admit that you're still always learning. And I feel the same,
yeah.
there's always new things to learn and ways to grow. So that's incredible. And we'd love to hear what you've accomplished since you first started with us back in 2023.
Well, like I said, a little bit more comfortable with electronics. That was number one, and programs, but that still is a lot for me. Social media, it used to, when we first started, that was the biggest, being vulnerable on social media, doing the every day, doing the videos. And I know, Heather, you watch me. I'm still not real good at videos. I still don't like them, but I will do them. If I'm having a really good up day, like pumped, I'll do a video. Like, I'm like on fire when I do a video because it's still a little difficult. I still need to keep doing it so I get more comfortable. But so accomplish social media. And I actually, in the beginning, it would take me 2 or 3 hours to make a post or think about what I wanted to do. Now, I, I don't want to admit this, but I can almost drive and talk to my phone and do it all at the same time. And I actually enjoy it. So, like in where I'm at now with my business, I don't want to give up the marketing part because I actually enjoy it. And I
That's
don't feel like somebody else that would be doing it would have the heart of what I put into it. So,
yeah,
yeah, so now I own an IV hydration business, and me and my business partner Jen started it with just the two of us. December 18th of 2023 was our first IV drip, and we had one location. And long story short, we now have 5 locations in Illinois and 2 locations in Missouri. So one day every week we're in a different town so that we can attract all clients in all areas at their convenience. And then we now just bought our first so-called brick and mortar. We are renting for now because we are trying it out. And we've leaned a little bit more towards the med spa along with the IV hydration and injections. And then we also have a camper so we can go to like concerts, hotels. Oh gosh, like we have a big grand here that's a shooting complex. Basically, it has like 3,000 people. So we can take the camper there, we can treat people there. Um, so we've done that. We've started with me and Jen first, and then we added Julia, our first nurse, about 2 months in to help us with our locations because me and Jen were still doing our full-time jobs, which, by the way, still doing my full-time job. I have backed off just a little bit, but because I enjoy pick lines so much and it's good money because I'm a self-contractor, it's really hard for me to give it up. But I'm working on it. Not that I'm scared, it's just really hard to leave something that you thoroughly enjoy and have been doing like the back of your hand for years. So,
right.
um, but now we have, um, I think I said 10 employees now, and we are only a year and 8 months old. So we have also done kind of, not a franchise, but like a partnership or an affiliate program. So we have hired nurses in different parts of Illinois and Missouri, and they do their own little section. So what we do for them is we do their ordering and we cover their medical directors, all their insurance, all the things. So the only thing that these nurses are responsible for are their own marketing and getting their own clients and managing their own schedule. Everything else, like they put their dashboard, what they need, and everything comes to their practice or their location so they can do what they do. So, that being said, we do 40/60. So they make 40%, we make 60%. So that's kind of how we've grown our business in that area too. So um, ordering is a lot every week for 10 different locations, but actually more than that with our own. But so that's another way we've built. Um, and now, like I said, we've got our administrative assistant now. So she's helping us give me and Jen more time to work the business side, crunch numbers more, and keep marketing and building that way. Because we would love eventually to have affiliates in all 50 states.
That's awesome. Well, congratulations on all of your success. Like, this is incredible, right? Like, something that started just as wanting to earn a little bit extra money on the side now has turned into this like full-fledged thriving business with employees, partners, massive amounts of income coming in, all of the hundreds of people that you're helping and the lives that you're
Yep.
changing. I mean, it's just incredible to see what you've created. Like, it's just so cool to see when you just take that first little step, even when we're scared, like what it can eventually lead to and turn into. So massive success and massive congratulations to you and your business partner and like everyone involved, because it's just so incredible to see. And I'm so proud of you and everyone for like the work that you're doing. It's just so cool to see. So I love
And
that.
we had such small goals when we started. Like we were so excited to make $500 in 8 hours with, drips and injections and weight loss shots and all the things, right? And
Yeah.
now if we don't do 5,000 in a day, we're like, what happened for today? And so it's just the mindset of keep growing never stops, and helping people never stops. Like, what can we do to help the next person? Because in functional health, there's just so much more that you can do than just what we thought at first what we could do. So,
Yeah, it's amazing to see all the different ways that you can help people and just grows into things that you didn't even know that you could help people with. So that's so cool.
mhm.
I love it.
And with us being in different locations, we rent spots like at gyms or spas or um holistic people, things like that. And so we actually help these other little businesses also, so it's fun to grow. And a lot of small businesses, as you know, they all support each other. So we all work together, and that's really fun because it's just a bunch of entrepreneurs trying to be each other's cheerleaders, basically.
Yeah, that's so incredible to support local business in that way, to be able to collaborate and help them too. That's so cool. I love it. Perfect. And we'd love to hear more about like how you feel now compared to before you started your entrepreneurial journey and even starting the academy.
I would say that I feel a lot more confident. Still every day I may question something or feel like I have lots to learn, which, like we said, we never do stop learning. But I never knew the potential that I had. I didn't even know I had this in me. Like I was just that nurse, that mom, cleaning the house or taking care of the kids, and I still do all that. Don't get me wrong, but had no idea deep down inside this was me. Even though now people tell me I seen this in you a long time ago. So again, like, even doing interviews like this, I'm like, "Oh, I'm terrible," like, but it's just I'm real, like, so this is who I am. I have nothing to hide or act like nothing, like, I literally am just a normal human being that works for her goals, and I tell people that all the time, like, I'm not doing anything that nobody else can do, everybody can do what I do. Does it take a lot of energy? Yeah, it does. Does it take a lot of courage? Yeah, it does sometimes, but if you just literally do that one step at a time, all of a sudden you're going to be like, wow, that just hit me.
Yeah,
So, like
absolutely.
I've told you before, a year and what, 8 months, and this year alone, we've hit over 500,000. So,
Yeah, so incredible. So awesome to see, just taking that small step. And I remember our first call together, I could just like feel and sense the potential in you. And so it's just awesome to see how all of that has come to life. And you just stepped into so much courage. And just so cool to see what you've created. It's
well, it was
awesome.
all because of your program. I just kept going. Like you guys supported me through the whole thing, went the extra mile. So, I mean, I didn't do it all, but you have to be able to just have the courage to take that jump.
Yeah, absolutely. And having like a mentor and being surrounded by other nurses growing their
It,
businesses, it makes such a difference
yeah.
to grow your courage and your motivation to just get moving and make things happen. And so it's so cool. I mean, we absolutely loved the time that you were with us in the academy. I know you were with us for about a year, and we just loved like your encouragement, your support of the other students, and it was just so inspiring to watch you grow and watch your progress. So it was really incredible. We'd love to hear what you are most proud of for what you've accomplished so far.
Um, just chasing my dreams, basically. Because even before the program, I always had the IV hydration in the back of my head because I was working in the city and I could see the spas doing it and things like that. And then, whenever I said I was going to do it down here, I didn't really have nobody tell me, no, you can't do it. But everybody's like, really? Down here? And now that it has grown so big and so fast, everybody's like, wow. Like I had no idea. And neither did I. I just took the jump. I mean, I could have did it and it was only making, I don't know, 50,000. I don't know, but it hasn't stopped me regardless if I have a good day, a bad day. There's been times that I've thought, oh God, I don't know if this entrepreneurship is for me, but it's like now that I've been a pick nurse by myself for 10 years and now that I've been doing this, I could never go back to working for somebody. So basically that saying, pick your heart is pick your heart. Pick your heart of going and clocking in and working for somebody else, or pick your heart of doing your own thing. And yeah, you're the only one that you get to answer to. But so,
Right. Yeah, I love that perspective. And there's just so much more control when,
mhm,
we're the owner of the business and we get to be our own boss and, you know, uh, create our schedules, have that freedom, that flexibility to do what we love. And yeah, I feel the same. The thought of going back and working for someone would be horrible at this point.
yeah,
And you definitely pick your hard, right? It's either you keep clocking in and staying comfortable where you're at, or you just move
and
forward
go
in
back to
fear and like,
manage.
yeah, and
Oh,
just step into like having courage and make your dreams come to life.
mhm.
So yeah, I love it.
And you have to kind of set your own boundaries. Like sometimes it's hard because I know even you had said on one of your emails or something, or a video that you did, like kind of stepping back and not doing it 24/7 and
Yeah,
not taking a break because it does, you want to keep pushing to make that next step, to make whatever goal, happen next, but you have to literally just take that break. You have to have your own boundaries because you
yeah,
will, as you will burn yourself out. You don't really have a choice unless you're just going to shut it down, but you just have to remember to take a step back and take that break, that things can wait while you're with your kids or with your family or with your holiday, that client can wait.
exactly.
So
Yeah, setting those
that's
boundaries,
been a that's been a hard thing for me because I'm such a people pleaser,
right?
and I want my clients to be happy, and so that's hard for
Right.
me sometimes, but sometimes I just have to put my phone down, shut my computer down, and say, "Not right now," you know,
Yeah,
regardless of if it's a movie with the kids or eat with them, or go outside with, just not always answering a message, basically.
yeah, absolutely. I can definitely relate because, we're both like that where we want to make sure that, our clients are happy, they're getting what they need, things like that. But it is important to have those boundaries in place for sure so that we can build a business that is really sustainable long term and that we don't burn out for sure. So I love that you mentioned that. We've been talking a lot about that in the academy recently about emotional regulation and nervous system regulation, making sure that we rest as hard as we work and so on. So I love that you
Mhm.
talked about that.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Yeah.
And we'd love to hear, what do you love most about being an entrepreneur?
Um, the freedom. Making my own schedules and, if I can't be somewhere because I have something else, then I can go do it. And like I said, I don't have to be micromanaged. I
Yeah,
don't take those silly tests that a place wants you to take that means nothing, and I don't even pay attention, the little things like that.
yeah,
And I actually love being a leader.
amazing.
And like even with my nurses, I'm a very laid back person and I want them to enjoy their jobs and they all love it, but I also make them my priority and my number one. I feel like I have 10 kids, right now, and I don't treat them like kids, but they're my babies, like I want them all to be happy and love their jobs. And so I'm really picky about my nurses and my people because positivity is huge for me. I don't need negative, I don't need drama. So, if and when people do your academy and have their businesses, like just make sure you pick people that matches your energy because if it doesn't, it's not gonna your team's not gonna be as good as you want it to be.
Yeah, I love that you mentioned that. Yeah, that's our number one rule in the academy is positivity. So I love that you are such a proponent of that as well with your team and your staff. And so cool the care that you show towards them. And I love that. Perfect. And you told us a little bit about your services. Anything else you'd love to share about your services and what you offer?
So IV hydration, like we were talked earlier, it's kind of geared towards functional health, and we're so when we started, we did IV hydration for dehydration, for after parties if you're dehydrated from drinking too much. We had Toradol for your headaches or acute chronic pain, Zofran for anti-nausea, and then we do weight loss shots, the GLP-1s. And then we also do a bunch of vitamins and amino acids, so a lot of energy shots, so to say. Um, so that's where we started. Now, as we're growing and we're coming closer and closer to those, we're doing labs, and then once we hired a nurse practitioner, so we'll start hormone therapy and peptide therapy. And so far, that's basically where we're at right now. We have lots of things that we want to add, as in like Vinifer, which is iron, or Procaine, which is for mental health, and so things like that. But that's where we go. We do home visits. We do all the sites, and then, like I said, we have the camper to go to different events. So endless opportunities,
Yeah,
endless.
that's incredible. So awesome. I love it. And where do you see yourself and your business going from here? Like, what's your vision for the future?
Um, Well, I'd say in 5 years, I'll give myself a little grace. I would like to, not have to be at my site so much and be more traveling or being with the kids, and um, me not feeling like I have to have control or trying to run it all, right? A little bit more freedom, like delegating when I hire somebody, trusting them that they can do what I need them to do, you know, and I do. It's just that it's still my baby and it's still new.
Yes.
So,
Yeah,
but that's my goal. And then, once we have all of our T's crossed and I's dotted, like I said, I would like to start, coaching other people or consulting, so helping other nurses start their IV hydration businesses
I love it.
because it is overwhelming, but
Oh, yeah, for sure. It's incredible what you've learned from the process and how you can teach other people the same thing will be amazing and life changing. So, really excited for your future and everything that you are doing. Again, congratulations on everything.
thank
I
you.
would love to hear how can people reach out to you? How can they get in touch with you?
So obviously Facebook, it's Lacey Seamers dash Hartman, and can you put that somewhere or comments or something?
Uh,
And then our website is www.therevivelife.com, and then Revive IV Hydration is the Facebook group. So that's the best ways. But anybody can message me anytime.
I love it. Perfect. Yeah, I'm typing those into the comments right now. The Revive Life, is there a D like revived or just revive?
It's yeah, www.therevive life.com.
Oh, okay, perfect. Awesome. And then I just typed your full name into the comment section as well. So perfect. Well, congratulations on everything, Lacey.
Thank
It was such an
you.
honor to have you here again. I'm so excited for you and everyone in your business. You're just killing it. And congratulations on everything that you're doing.
Thank you for all your help and support.
Absolutely. All right. Take care. Thanks for being here.
All right, bye.
Bye, Lacey.